Good morning, everyone. I'm Mr. Dan Doersam. I'm the ISI here at Dundee Crown High School, and I'm a student at Grand Canyon University. So we'll be recording this lesson. None of you will be in the video, but if you speak, your audio will be heard. We're going over our vocab quiz today, so we'll review the vocab words before we take our quiz. This is over Unit 1, Lesson 10. Can I have someone read the definition of the anaconda plant for me? Eric?
Civil War strategy devised by President Abraham Lincoln and General Winfield Scott, by which Union forces were establishing Transcend a blockade of southern ports and take control of the Mississippi River in order to squeeze in on the south from the east and west and the east.
Perfect, thanks. Naval blockade. Someone read naval blockade for me?
Military maneuver in which one side set up a line of ships to block entry into or departure from the ports of the opposing side.
Thank you. Yeah, total war. I'll go ahead and read this one. A military policy in which one side in a conflict decides it is willing to make any sacrifice necessary to complete defeating the opposite side. Sherman's March to the Sea. Someone read Sherman's March to the Sea? Rudy?
Devastating total war military campaign led by the Union General William Tecumseh. Sherman that involved marching 60,000 Union troops through Georgia from Atlanta to Savannah and destroying everything along the way.
Thank you. The Gettysburg Address, an inspirational speech given by President Abraham Lincoln on November 19, 1863 at the Civil War battle site of Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, in memory of the Union soldiers who died there trying, in Lincoln's words, to protect the ideal of freedom upon which the United States had been founded. Someone read Emancipation for me.
The act of freeing slaves from bondage.
Thank you. And can someone read Emancipation Proclamation? Thank you. I'll read habeas corpus, the right of a person being detained to appear in court so that a judge may determine whether the person has been imprisoned lawfully. Draft riots. Can someone read draft riots for me?
A series of deadly riots that took place in U.S. cities in 1863 to protect the newly established military draft.
Thank you. And bread riot.
During the Civil War, a riot involving hundreds of women and racial Virginia who saw food and other goods that were becoming scarce in the South as Union forces cut off key parts by the British economy.
And I'll go ahead and read the last two. Copperheads. During the Civil War, a nickname Republicans used to describe those Northerners, mostly Democrats, who opposed the war and were sympathetic to the South. And the 54th Massachusetts Regiment in the Civil War, the first entirely African-American regiment of the Union Army. Those are all the words you could possibly see in the vocabulary quiz we're going to have today. It's a multiple choice, so you guys will select which term matches it most correctly. You guys can go ahead to open your Chromebooks and go to Lesson 1, Unit 10, and click the vocabulary quiz. Lesson 10, vocabulary quiz. Alright. After you guys' vocab quiz, we're going to be going over the Civil War's battle activity. So we're going to get into our cooperative groups that we had from last lesson. And we're going to do groups of those 4 or 5 students. We're going to be going over 6 key battles, starting with Fort Sumter, going to the first Bull Run, to the Battle of Antietam, Battle of Gettysburg, Sherman's March to the Sea, and the Appomattox Courthouse. You guys are going to take the resources we have right here, these activity sheets. They outline each battle. Some are front and back, some are just one-sided, so you'll need to pay attention to that to get all the information you need. We'll be covering the date it happened, the location of the battle, the leaders involved, who won the battle, how did they win, and what impact did this have on the outcome of the war. Can anybody give an example for Fort Sumner so that we can all know how we're doing this? Jose? The Confederates won, that's correct. And then it was where was Fort Sumner fought?
South Carolina or North Carolina?
Correct. And then we can have what was the outcome of on the war itself?
It started the war.
It started the war, perfect. Thank you. So go ahead and get into your guys' cooperative groups and we'll start working on this project. All right, if you guys can stop working your groups for a second, I had a couple questions about the multiple names. If you look on the top of the source, it says the Battle of Bull Run / Manassas. The Confederacy and the Union had different names for the same battle. So the Union would call it Bull Run, the Confederacy would call it Manassas. There's the same battle. You don't have to be confused. There's not two battles. It's just one battle, just two names because each side named it for different reasons, such as local rivers or topography, or they could have named it after a symbolic reason. You know, and get back in your groups. All right, we're done with the battles activity sheet. Does anybody want to share what they liked about the battle activity sheet? Yeah, Rudy?
I enjoyed Sherman's march to the sea. He started total war to burn down everything from the land to the coast and cut off all their supplies and support.
Exactly. That was one of the final battles that took out logistics for the South and really sealed the deal for the Union. Now, before we exit today, we're going to be conducting a exit slip. We're going to be doing a discussion board where you guys are going to be answering, was the Civil War inevitable? Yes? Inevitable. Can anybody answer what inevitable means?
That you can't stop it from happening.
You can't stop it from happening. Perfect. If anyone remembers the iconic line from Avengers where Thanos is saying he's inevitable, he's saying no one can stop him. So was the Civil War unstoppable? Was it going to happen? What was the main issue of the Civil War?
Slavery.
Slavery. So could we have solved slavery without the Civil War is the question. You guys can go ahead, take the time, go ahead and fill in this write a comment section and just fill in what your thoughts are. You can have either side. You can think it was inevitable, it wasn't inevitable, and you can just defend how you think it could have been avoided or how it couldn't have been avoided. Go ahead and open your Chromebooks and take a time to answer that question. Thanks.